Hello and welcome to Boneyard Bash. If you are watching this on Halloween, then happy Halloween. If you haven't seen racing, I recommend seeing that one first. Anyway, as I played in racing, we have 24 grave diggers. Only one of them will make it to the World Finals here in Freestyle. However, if you've already seen my previous couple videos, then you should know how Freestyle will work. Skip to here if you don't want to see it again. So, let us explain the rules of how Freestyle will work. Alright, so for Freestyle, every truck will have 2 minutes and 30 seconds to complete their run upon hitting the first obstacle or doing a donut or some other kind of stunt. Anyway, once those 2 minutes and 30 seconds are over, then anything else the truck does afterwards will not be counted for the rest of the run. If a truck happens to roll over, it is allowed to roll itself back up. Recently, due to a BeamNG drive update, we've changed this rule a little bit, since oil pretty much starves the moment the truck flips over. So, again, 2 minutes and 30 seconds for each truck, and if they flip over on their wheels, they are allowed to roll themselves back over. But if they roll onto their roof and their wheels are not touching the ground, then they may not roll themselves back over, since it would pretty much be impossible for a truck to do that. So, let us get on with the event. The first truck we have up today is Gravedigger Vintage. For those of you who don't know, the original Gravedigger was a 1951 F-150 that was a mud truck. And this is essentially that truck recreated, but on a monster truck chassis. Off they go, going over this bone pile here, the first obstacle of the day. Going right down the small ramp next to it. Up the little ghost ramp that was in the racing lane. Putting it up on two wheels for a small bit there. Now going for the bus obstacle, up they go. Bouncing right back down. Off they go towards one of these ramps next to the lake. Some pretty big air off that ramp as they land right back down. Going for the small ramp here. Right down onto the front. Going for the backflip ramp. Up they go. Landing it right on the hood, but putting it back on all four wheels. There goes the front clip of the truck. Putting it back on two wheels again with a little bit of help of the ramp. Going for the shipping containers, up he goes, lands it on the tailgate, bounces right off of that, pops it into a wheelie, do a little bit of a walkie. Off they go, back towards some more shipping containers, up they go, some huge air, landing it down, and popping it into a backflip right off the ramp. Bring themselves around and into a donut from Gravedigger Vintage. Going into the racing lane they go. Right up and over the obstacle there. Into the racing lane. Up and over into the ramp, bouncing off the other ramp, and right into the lakes. That's going to end the run early. But we have 23 more trucks to go through, so we better get through some of these fairly quickly. Up next we have Gravedigger the Legend, the first Gravedigger to be on a monster truck, sporting a 1951 Ford panel van body this time, and in the blue and gray paint scheme you see before you. Anyway, this truck already got its place in the World Finals at Monsters at the Beach, winning not only racing, but freestyle as well. And with that first obstacle, let's see if they'll win freestyle here as well. Going right over and across the racing lane, up one of the middle ramps, landing back down with a little bit of a bounce there. Going down the racing lane, up and over the bus, landing it back down. Looks like they're going to give us a donut here. Pretty good donuts here from the legend. Going up this small ramp here. Up over the shipping containers. Going for the ramp here. Up they go. Nose up to the sky. Landing down, putting into a little bit of a wheelie. Spinning around, getting caught in the shipping container. That probably saved the truck from rolling over. Looks like they're going to do another wheelie, or another donut here, but they flip right over. And right back on all four tires. Up over the bone pile, landing on the other one, just on the other side, popping it into a wheelie, or a little bit of a walkie more. Ooh, hitting the shipping containers, making up the wall and breaking the front right wheel. That's going to hurt their steering. Up over the tires there. Landing back down. Up over some of the shipping containers. Popping the nose into the air again. But putting it back on all four wheels. Trying to turn to not fall into the lake seems to be a challenge here, especially with that tire. Going right over the racing lane again. Tumbling around, and onto their wheels they go. Up over one of the center ramps on that plateau, breaking the other front wheel right on the edge of the lake there, and it looks like they're going to end their run right here. Well, we still have some more gravediggers to go through, so let us move on to the next gravedigger. Up next, we have Gravedigger Grandma. Just like the Gravedigger the Legend, it uses the same body, but the original Gravedigger was the first one to use the paint scheme we all know Gravedigger with. This particular one is a version that was used in Encore Freestyles, especially at the World Finals. But it's here now, as they go up over the shipping containers, nose up to the sky. Landing it back down along the roll cage. Can they get it back up? Yes, they can. Right back on all four of their tires there. Going for the backflip here. Up they go. Rotating it around. Landing right back down. Going for the spider ramps. Up they go. They're going to land it hard on their side. That they do. Roll it over. But right onto their wheels. Up over the spider ramp once again, landing it right back down. Up over this small jump here. Looks like they're going to try and go for this bus obstacle here. Up they go over the bus, and right down again. Having a little bit of trouble after that landing. It seems like Grandma here is right back on all of her wheels. Going for the center ramp. Up they go. Some pretty big air. Landing it down hard on one of the racing ramps. Losing a couple of the body panels, but the truck seems fine otherwise. Up across the racing plateau. Popping it up on one wheel for a little bit. Up over the van obstacle. And off to the Jason mask they go. Up they go. Some pretty good air from there. Tumbling it around once again. They're going to go into the lake. Yes, they are. But the lake seems shallow enough there for them to get out. Popping it up on the side of that small ramp there. Up over the ghost ramp. Up and across they go. Landing it right back down. Up and over, spinning around, landing it on the side of the roll cage. Truck's still in fairly good condition here, as they put it into another donut. Pretty good donut there from Gravedigger Grandma. Going up over this racing ramp, up and across the gap, landing it back down. 5 seconds left on the clock here. Looks like this will be their last obstacle. Time is up for Gravedigger Grandma. And it looks like that will be the end of their run. Pretty good run. First one to fulfill the clock. But again, we still have a lot of gravediggers to go through. Up next is Gravedigger 12. This truck almost got into the World Finals at Gillette Stadium, but it lost to Max D. Let's see if they'll be able to get themselves a freestyle win and thus an entry into the World Finals here. Going for the small racing ramp, up and across they go. Off for these ramps here, some pretty big air, nose up to the sky. Turning themselves around. Looks like they're going for the bus. Up they go. Right down onto the other side. Pops a wheelie. Putting it right back onto the wheels. Going for the tire ramp here. Up and away. Right back down. Pops it into a walkie this time, it looks like. Going up the backside of this ramp. Up they go. Right back down and into a wheelie once again. Getting themselves turned around, up over the small bone pile here. Going over to the bigger pile, up they go. Landing it down hard on that ramp there. Looks like they're going to pop it up on the rear suspension there. Could have put it into a little bit of a longer wheelie if it weren't for that ramp there. But they go for the backflip ramp. Up they go. Spin it around. Onto their wheels. Losing that front flip there. Oh, and putting it into reverse. Up they go. Right back down. They're not stopping. Up over the spider. Landing it on the other end of the ramp. Rolling it over. And right back on all of its wheels. Up over the shipping containers there. Going for the bone pile again. Up they go. Clearing the little lake there. Putting it up on three wheels. Rolling it over and right onto the roof. There's no recovering from that, so that's going to end the run for Gravedigger number 12. Up next we have Gravedigger 19. A little bit more of what we know is Gravedigger to look like. Here they are. Coming out of a little starting area. Looks like they're going for this small bump here. Up they go. Going for the spider ramp. Up they go. Up and over. Bouncing off. Into a backflip. Landing it. Almost putting it into a wheelie there. And it looks like they're going to try and give us a donut here. A little bit too much speed there, it looks like, if they almost flipped over while trying to do a donut. Up over the bus. Putting it right back down. Off to the racing ramp they go. Up and over, clearing the gap. Turning themselves around, going for the Jason ramp. Up he goes. Landing it down. Up and over, rolling it over, but will save the truck. Putting it up on its side wheels for a little bit. Going for the tire ramp, up they go, some pretty good air from there. Popping it into a wheelie as they drive off. Going for the bus obstacle again, up they go. Landing it back down. Off towards the diagonal ramp. Up they go. Landing it back down. Looks like they're going to be going for the backflip ramp here. Up they go into a backflip. Landing it down hard. Spinning around a little bit, but saving the truck after that. Popping it into a wheelie. Going up the ramp there. Tumbling around once again. And bringing the truck back up onto its wheels. Ooh, clipping the ramp there as they tumble around once again, throwing the front clip towards the audience. Somebody better catch that. Up over the ramp, landing it in one of the racing lanes. Up the ramp they go, spinning around. Time is up, and it looks like Gravedigger 19 is going to end their run here. Up next, we have Gravedigger 2000. I believe this truck's supposed to represent the truck that was at the first World Finals. But it kind of looks like it, a little bit. Off it goes. Let's see if it'll get into the World Finals here with its freestyle run. Up over the bone pile, rolling it over. Can they save the truck? Rolling it over once again, putting it onto its side. Right back on all four wheels. A little bit of an interesting start there, but let's see what the rest of the run has for us here. Off towards the van in the racing lane. Up they go. Landing it right down. Going for the center ramp in the plateau. Up they go. Landing it down. Up over the back of the ramp there. Up over another one of the bumps there. Going for the bus. Up they go. Some big air off that obstacle. Landing right back down. Spinning around, going for the ramp. Up they go. Landing it back down. Up and over the spider. Almost popped it into a wheelie there, but not quite. Up over the small ramp. Hopping it into a wheelie this time as they go for the backflip ramp. Up they go. Right down Jason's face there. Up the bone pile. Landing in the bone pile. Putting it on the front wheel. Not flipping it over, that's good. Up over the ghost ramp, clipping the tire ramp though, putting it right onto its side, and getting it right back onto its wheels. Up over the shipping containers, landing in the gap between the racing ramp. Up they go, flipping it around, not quite getting back onto its wheels that way. It looks like they're going to end the run there, and the clock has expired now. Well, seems like they knew their run wasn't going to do anything else, so let's move on to the next digger. And here they are, Gravedigger Green Ghost, one of my favorite Gravedigger paint schemes. Off they go. This one did pretty good in racing, but I'm pretty sure lost to the 20th anniversary Gravedigger. Up and over the tire stack, landing right back down on the rear part of the roll cage. Off for the ramps they go. Up they go. Landing right back down. Looks like they were trying to start a little bit of a donut, but couldn't quite get it right. Going for the racing area. Up over the first jump. The second jump. Going to the third one. Putting it into a backflip off the ramp. Landing it right back down. Pretty hard, I must say. I'm surprised nothing's broken. Up over the van stack there. Up over the van obstacle. Not really a stack, but that's a stack of shipping containers. Up they go. Landing it right back down. Going for some more shipping containers here. Landing it up. Coming right down and breaking the rear wheel right off. Into a cyclone they go. Three wheels doesn't seem to be stopping this Gravedigger whatsoever. They land it right back down. Up the ramp. Landing sideways this time. Up over the small ramp. Up one of the racing ramps. Over they go. But they bring it back onto their wheels. Towards the side of the bone stack now. Up they go. Right into the water. Up the side of that ramp. Going for the racing lane. Oh, changing it up at the last second. Up over the spider. Landing it on one of the wheels, rolling it over. Can they put it back onto what wheels remain? Yes, they can. Having some trouble getting over the ramp there. Up and out they go. Ooh, hitting that ramp fairly hard. Now looks like they're going to give us one last donut here as time has expired. And that will be the end of the run here for Gravedigger Green Ghost. Now that donut did count, but with that we have more Gravediggers to go through. Up next we have Gravedigger Blackout. Again, another one of my favorite Gravedigger bodies. We saw them in Anaheim, our very first show, but they're back, and let's hope they don't break their drive shaft like last time. Looks like they're going to start over in the racing area here. Looks like they're going to get themselves lined up for that racing ramp. Up they go. Over the ramp. Landing it back down. Hitting that ramp. Landing it over. Not quite on its roof. It will be difficult. But right back on all of its wheels. Looks like they're going to go for the bus obstacle. Up they go. Landing it down onto the side of the truck, but bringing it back onto the wheels. Going for the ramp next to the spider. Up they go. Landing it down. Putting it up into the sky. Bouncing around a little bit. Up and over some shipping containers. Over the small bone pile at the end of the track. Putting it up on the sides of the tires. And spinning around. But we'll save the truck. Off they go, up over the ghost ramp, landing down. Seems like one of the shocks there got locked up as the truck pops into a wheelie. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that shock is stuck there as they go for the backflip ramp, landing it right back down. Off they go towards some shipping containers, up into the air. Landing it down, and that seemed to fix the shock. Up they go, nose to the sky. Landing it down, popping a wheelie, going for the shipping containers and hitting it quite hard. Over they go, but back onto their wheels. Coming out of it in a wheelie. Now a little bit of a walkie. Up over one of the vans there. Coming right back down. Up they go, clipping that ramp there, going up the side of the ramp there, getting completely grabbed by that shipping container. That wheel was just yanked out of there. And with the run over, that will be it for Gravedigger Blackout in terms of score. But they're not going to leave us with that. They're just going to do a little backflip here. And right back onto their wheels. And it seems like that will be the end of the run here for Gravedigger Blackout. Up next we have Gravedigger Chrome, or Gravedigger 30. This truck's supposed to represent the last Gravedigger Dennis Anderson drove. So, let's see if this truck will get itself into the World Finals. Off they go, starting down the straightaway there, up and over the ramp, landing it on the rear suspension, flipping it over, hitting the ramp there, rolling it over, but we'll put it right back on all of its wheels. Fairly impressive start there from Gravedigger 30, going for the back of the ghost ramp, up they go, not quite making the backflip, but still putting it right onto the wheels, going for the bone ramp, up they go, landing it down, going up the other bone ramp, the bone pile I should say, bringing themselves around into a donutted scene. Pretty good donuts there from Gravedigger Chrome, going back to the ramp, up they go, some huge air from Gravedigger Chrome, up and across the spider, landing it down, going for the bus obstacle, up they go, landing it back down, going for the spider ramp again, up they go, landing it down rather hard, going over and over the racing ramp, going up the back side of the ramp there, up over the small pile there, rolling it over. Can they save it? Take a little bit of time. But Gravedigger Chrome will save it. Off they go, going towards the shipping containers. Up they go. Right back down on the other side and into a wheelie. Going for the ramp there, up they go, clearing the bus, landing it hard on the front and losing the last of the body panels still on the truck, up over the spider, landing it back down, popping a wheelie, up over that ramp, tumbling through the air, going on one wheel for a bit. Can they save it? Almost had it. Come on. Time is up, but it will end. Well, their scored run will end as soon as they get themselves onto their wheels. And there they go. And with that, that will be the end for Gravedigger Chrome. Pretty good run. Is it World Finals worthy? Well, I think it is, but we still got more trucks to go through. Up next is Gravedigger RC Paint. Again, another one of the Gravediggers we've seen at an event so far. But, will they make it to the World Finals here? I don't know. Let's see how their run goes. Looks like they found their first obstacle. Up they go. Landing it back down with a little bounce. Up and over next to the spider. Landing it back down. Popping a little bit of a wheelie out of it. Up over the red bump for some pretty decent air. Off to the van obstacle. Up they go. Landing it right back down. Down the racing lane they go. Going through the center. Up that center ramp. Landing it right back down. Putting it up on two wheels. Can they recover? Yes, they can. Going back down the racing lane again, up over the starting ramp, and up over the finishing plateau. Up they go, some pretty good air off of that jump there. Turning around, looks like they're going for the gap jump. Up they go, some huge air, clipping the shipping container, rolling the truck around. and saving the truck. Up over the ramp. Looks like they're going to go for the backflip ramp here. Up they go. Breaking off a couple of the body panels, but the truck seems fine. Up over the obstacle through the backflip ramp. Looks like they're going to go for this backflip ramp. Up they go. Didn't quite get the rotation. Bounces off the tires. And onto their side. Can they save it? Yes, they can. Off they go. Up over the bone pile. Landing it down on the other side into a wheelie. Off they go for the Jason mask ramp. Up they go. Landing down hard. Up and over. Clearing the spider ramp. Going back for the backflip ramp. Up they go. Hitting it hard. Tumbling the truck over. And they will save it. Time is up for RC Paint here. They go up another ramp. And it looks like that will be the end of the run here for Gravedigger RC Paint. Our second to last truck of part 1 will be Gravedigger Orange. I think this Gravedigger is used for when there's several Gravedigger drivers at an event, such as the World Finals. Especially for Freestyle, just so you don't get the trucks confused, I suppose. But off they go. Flag just flapping in the wind behind the truck as they go for the plus obstacle. Up they go. Landing it right back down. Bringing the truck around, going for the ramp. Up they go. Some big air. Landing it right back down. Up over the small ramp. Bring it back down into a wheelie if they head for the backflip ramp. Up they go, right down the Jason mask. Up over the van obstacle. Bring it right back down. And it looks like they're going to give us a donut here. Nice donut there from Gravedigger Orange. Bring themselves up one of the racing ramps. Down they come. Going for the shipping containers here. Up they go. Some huge air. Landing it down for a nice little bounce. Going for the ghost ramp. Up they go. Right back down. Bring the truck around for the ramp in between the racing lanes. On the two wheels as they go for the spider obstacle. Landing it on the front. Tumbling around. Back onto the sides of the tires, but right back down onto all four of them. Going for the backflip ramp. Up they go. Spinning around. And a nice little landing there. Into a small wheelie as they come out of the backflip ramp. Across some shipping containers. Over the bone pile. Into the bone pile. Up to the tire ramp they go. Some huge air. Landing it down hard on the front there. But landing it right back down into a wheelie. Kind of. They got on one wheel. Spinning around quite fast. Flipping it over and putting it back onto the wheels. Almost looked like it was breakdancing there. Landing right back down. Spinning around once again. Going for the side of the ghost ramp. Up they go. Up and across the shipping containers. Time is up for Gravedigger Orange. As they try to put the truck back onto its wheels. There they go. And it seems that will be the end of the run here for Gravedigger Orange. And our final truck for part 1, kind of the brother, I guess, to Gravedigger Orange, Gravedigger Purple. Once again, I believe serving the same purpose as Gravedigger Orange, but I frankly like this truck better visually than Gravedigger Orange. I think the purple goes better than the orange on the Gravedigger body. Looking for their first obstacle to hit. Almost looks like they're going to the tire obstacle there, but not quite. Looks like they're going to do a backflip as their first trick of the day. Up they go. Into the backflip, bouncing off the crush car there. Onto their side. Rolling it over and putting it right back onto the wheels. Up over some shipping containers. Landing it back down. Spinning around. Into another backflip once again. This one having a much better landing than the last one. And I think they broke their front wheel on that ramp, because that was not broken before. Definitely going to make turning more difficult as they land in the middle of the bone pile there. Coming out of the bone pile, still looks like they're trying to turn, but can't quite do it. Up and across the shipping containers, landing it down onto the broken wheel again. And landing it onto all four wheels. Back to the bus obstacle, up and over they go. Up over some of the ramps there, nose to the sky, lands it down hard. And the truck still seems to be pretty fine, other than that one broken wheel. They hit that ramp hard. And can they bring it back on all of its wheels? Looks like they will. Going for the vans here, up and across they go. Landing it down, almost going into where some of the trucks could be staying. Going back to the vans, up they go. Landing it right back down. Up and over the racing ramp, up onto the other side of it. Over the spider. Spinning around, and I think they just broke another wheel, it sounds like. Putting back on all of its wheels, and yep, all the left wheels on that truck are broken. This is definitely going to make the run a little harder, as it's going to have some trouble steering. Riding it on the broken wheel to put it back on all four of them. Trying to turn around, that's definitely not helping when the other wheels, half your wheels won't work with you. And it looks like that'll be the end of the run here for Gravedigger Purple. We have 12 more trucks after part 1, so I will see you again in part number 2.